out of it.
This sentence?
No, that should stay. The sentence above it, should it go in the bullet point above?
Oh, this sentence?
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's a big deal. We can leave it, but
Should it go in the variance sentence?
yeah, because the variance is really. It could go at the very end, right? Well, it's just similar. Anyways, I think we can leave it. It's fine. Leave it.
Leave it.
Is that, you want to leave it?
I think it's fine.
Okay.
Number 6, maintain the buffer zone. Any seaward shift in the location of the setback should not be allowed as it violates ROH Chapter 23 objectives. Though there are cases of beach accretion on Oahu, accelerated sea level rise will undermine this trend in the future. Beach widening is an asset to the public and should not be privatized.
You can just put a period after asset to the public.
Or delete should not be privatized?
Yeah. I wrote that, but I don't know. It seems a little redundant.
Number 7, develop a robust process for public outreach. The City Department of Planning and Permitting, DPP, is tasked to oversee ROH Chapter 23 and its amendments. It is important that DPP have requisite resources to put forth concrete amendments to ROH Chapter 23, including opportunities for public input and education. And number 8, make resources available to revisit and amend ROH Chapter 23 at least every 5 years. New information about sea level rise, climate change, and coastal risk are constantly emerging.
Woohoo.
Did DPP have any discussion about the 5-year question?
How does that resonate with you?
That is our guidance on most of our development plans, so
Mhm.
it tracks with that, but
Okay.
it's not always met, just,
Right.
yeah. But that is.
But if there are resources, then it's
consistent
more
with
likely to.
development process. Great.
That's really
All right, well, does anybody feel like there's anything else we need to do before we open it up to public comment from our last 3 people who have, oh my goodness, thank you.
Don't forget the 2 in the back.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah,
You can't see them, I think they're beneath the chairs.
They're internalizing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Osmosis.
Anything else? Any last comments in public
Yeah.
testimony?
A word of gratitude. I know this feels quite thankless and challenging, and we recognize the forum by which you have to collectively work on these things. But coming away from last week's meeting and now this afternoon's, this is a tremendously helpful and supportive document. I'm appreciative that there is actually the background information that maybe was going to be cut and then just referenced. And I think it's really important to have it all in one place, and it facilitates staff as we go out and now actually embark on considering the recommendations as we work towards updating the chapter. So 'tis the season for thanks, so big mahalo to you all.
Sniff.
Thank you, Matt.
Thanks to you in the office. And I just want to say that your guidance and Josh's guidance on what is helpful to keep in the document is critical for us when we put these together. So we don't know whether it's redundant or too much. We don't want to overwhelm people, but hearing what's helpful is exactly what we need to craft these.
And I'm glad that someone from DPP was present to help give us guidance, because I think that was also necessary, and we didn't have that last time as well. But perhaps it was better that you came now at this point in time as opposed to last week. So yeah.
Do you have any last thoughts now? Layla? Wanna share? All right. Okay, with that, I think we can take action. Can I get a motion to approve this document with the copy edits that we know we need to make?
I motion to approve this document with copy edits.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimously passed. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Good golly.
December 23rd. Let's note the date.
Yeah.
I have so many versions of this document. What should I call it?
Do not lose this.
Don't lose this one.
Save as.
December 23rd. Maybe add on today's date onto it. so you
Setbacks
know.
dot trash underscore delete.
Maybe email it to Win right now. Get it file saved. Awesome. So, I'm new to this process, so to what extent do we have to go through anything else on the agenda, or?
So you would basically just continue with your agenda, so.
I think we hit on everything else, so maybe we just announcements?
You should do 8, 9, 10, and 11.
Can you remind me what those are? Wendy?
Yeah.
Public input for matters not on the agenda
Oh,
is
yes.
number 8.
Thank you. Is there any public testimony on items that we haven't covered yet? Anything more thought for? Okay, thank you. Tentative next meeting date? Rosie just wilted. I would suggest that we meet in late January. I think that there are things that we'll discuss by then, and other white papers that are kind of making their way through.
Will this
But-
be a town meeting or an evening meeting?
That's a good question. So the white paper, I think, will be ready for discussion.
Equity
Christina-
and financial?
I think the financial, so
Financial,
Christina
I
is
think
kind of,
farther.
because you and I were gonna kind of complete that up from the last, she was gonna send
Mhm.
you a version, if she hasn't already, right? And so you and I could kind of, if we could work on that over the next few weeks to get it to a
Okay.
place where we think it's okay to bring to the commission.
Okay.
I think that's something we could, I don't know if take action on, but at least get it back on the floor and socialized and have everybody know where it is. It's pretty, I don't know, well, we'll see what your opinion is,
Yeah.
where it's at.
So
Okay.
financial risk is gonna be next, and then equity.
In February
Yes.
for
Okay.
equity.
Yeah.
Is there gonna be a carbon or car one?
Yes, so that's something that I
Okay.
think, yeah, I think CCSR was talking about
Okay.
a need there, and that's being kind of formalized.
Do we want to do a date now?
Do we do a date now, or do you wanna just send out a doodle?
No, let's do a date now.
Okay.
Although we don't have Bettina.
Oh, right.
Oh, that's true.
Let's do a doodle.
Let's do a doodle.
Okay.
Any announcements?
I have one announcement. If everyone has not seen, the second Hawaii State Climate Change Conference will be held at the East West Center Eman Center on January 13th and 14th, 2020. So it's a 2-day meeting that's focusing on several initiatives that the state is looking at, and the theme running through the entire conference is of climate communication. And it's free and open to the public, but you do have to register. And the keynote speaker is David Wallace Wells. There are a couple talks he'll be giving throughout that. He wrote The Uninhabitable Earth, which was a New York Times bestseller earlier this year. So that should be very interesting. So I encourage everyone to sign up if you're not otherwise involved already.
He also just came out with another paper, another article.
Oh, the one I tweeted you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he does really good reporting on climate science, and the one, he just released it yesterday or the day before, that's about, it's on New York Magazine, and it's about the revision, kind of looking at RCP 8.5, not as a worst case, or not as business as usual, but as a worst case scenario. And the science coming out around that's really interesting.
And basically, the projected temperatures now are on the order of 3 degrees. Previously, they were much higher.
Which is somewhat good news, even though that's still catastrophic. And who knows if China will mess everything up.
Yeah. But going into the Christmas season, it's great news.
Anything else? And we're at the final, last agenda item, so I think we can just adjourn. Thank you all.
Pound that gavel.
Thank you.
Yay.